What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Pulse 24 BF-RDA. So welcome one and all to Vandy Vape Week. I've got a ton of products from our friends over at Vandy Vape to take a look at this week for you guys. And we're going to start it off with this one right here. This is the Pulse 24 Bottom Flow RDA. And I'm also going to be giving one of these things away, so make sure you pay attention for the end of the video where I'll give you all the details for that. So before I get into this video, I do have to state my intent by saying that I did receive this product for free from the manufacturer for the purpose of doing this video. However, it has no monetary value to me, which means my opinions on it will remain honest and unbiased, of course, as always. With that being said, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to the people over at Vandy Vape for sending this my way. They also included an extra one for me to give away to you guys out there, so make sure you show them some love. So taking a quick look online, I found this thing in a variety of different color options. You have black, stainless, rainbow, and gold. I have the stainless one right here on this RAM box mod, and we have a rainbow one to give away as well. So there is that. The price point is going to be around $27. I'm looking at a website right now that's got it for $26.95, which will of course be linked right down there in the description. You're going to be able to find this thing occasionally for a better deal than that if you get it straight from China, but then you have to wait for the shipping. So there you go. You can make your choice. I'll put a couple links right down there if you guys want to pick one of these up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive down to the close-up view and take a better look at this thing. Alright guys, so here is the Vandy Vape Pulse 24 in its original box. So let's quickly take a look around the packaging and then we'll talk about what's inside. We got the Vandy Vape logo, BF-RDA, which means it has a squonk pin, Pulse 24, a Tony B project, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it has a little kind of EKG sort of thing going on here in a little spot gloss, which is kind of a nice touch. On the top and on the bottom you have a Vandy Vape logo, same as there. On this side here, we have our numbers, basically serial number, batch number, UPC, and our little authentication thing there as well. On the back, we have some basic information, some basic kind of features. And on this side here, we have company information. So if you want to know more about Vandy Vape, then there you go. So let's take a look at what is inside. First of all, we of course have a Pulse 24. No surprises there. And as you can see, it comes with this Ultem drip tip pre-installed. We also get one of these spare drip tips as well, if I can get it out of the box. There we go. Spare Delrin drip tip. Moving on to the bottom, if we can get this thing. There we go. We are in. We get a nice little user manual. A nice color pictures and everything like that. Lots of little graphics, which is a nice touch. No fold out booklets here, people. We got the official real deal. Very nice touch. And we got our little baggie of parts, of course. Lots of stuff in here. We got a full set of O-rings. We have some spare screws. We have some spare pins as well. Not only a spare squonk pin, but also a regular solid pin as well if you want to use this on a regular box mod or your mech mods. There you go. And a 510 adapter. So if you wanted to use a smaller 510 drip tip, then you are all set. All right, guys, let's talk about the specs. First of all, it's 24.4 millimeters in diameter. It has a nice deep juice well. It has stainless steel construction, innovative postless quad terminal design, peak insulative positive terminal post, dual coil configurations, side mounted Kennedy style airflow, dual slotted side air slots, quad airflow tubes inside chamber, 16 millimeter wide bore Delrin drip tip included, 17.5 millimeter wide Ultem wide bore drip tip as well, 510 drip tip adapter, bottom feeding squonk ready 510 pin setup, and it's got a gold-plated 510 contact pin. So real quick, I'm just going to break this thing down and show you guys all the parts to it. So first of all, let's start off with this drip tip and just wiggle it out here for you guys. There we go. So it's a nice wide bore Ultem drip tip, as you can see here. Kind of a short and fat sort of tip that I like. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So here's the top airflow section. As you can see there, it's got dual airflow slots per side here and here. And that is, of course, to fully adjust your airflow if you wanted to. It's got this nice little chamfer in the top cap section there, which really kind of swirls that vapor around and shoots it straight up through the drip tip as well. Really like that. And in the top cap there, you can see that little O-ring that holds that drip tip in place. Never had any issues with that whatsoever. And here's the bottom half of the barrel. You can see the airflow slots right there, nice and wide. Plenty of airflow on this thing. You can see a little Tony B there and a little Vandy Vape at the bottom side there, which is pretty cool. And you can kind of get a feel for where the airflow holes sit on the inside there. So you kind of have to build right in between those slots. But yeah, there you go there. You can kind of see the inside as well. So pretty cool. All good stuff. And a nice big chunky O-ring on the top of the barrel as well. And I've never ever had an issue with the top caps part actually slipping off, so that's good. And last but certainly not least, we have the build deck. Nice little quad postless deck. I really love the juice wells on this, nice and deep. You can see the big chunky peak insulator all around the positive section here. How the screws adjust is really nice too, kind of little pockets on the side. Keep those screws nice and tucked away, and dual O-rings on the bottom as well. So again, really nice O-rings on this thing. Never had any sort of issues with leaking or the cap falling off or anything of the sort. So very well done, well designed in my opinion. And you can also see those two little tiny registration marks. I'm not sure if you can even see them, but two little tiny registration marks there and there. That is going to be for aligning your top cap though. So there we go. We have the bottom section here. As you can see, the squonk pin is pre-installed. Pulse 24 logo once again with Tony B, and the serial number right there at the bottom. So that's pretty much the works when it comes to the Pulse 24. Let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape on this thing, and we'll talk about it some more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the close-up section of the video. Now let's talk about my personal thoughts about this device, some pros, some cons, and whether or not it's worth purchasing. Starting off today with the pros, and my first pro is that it's so easy to build. This thing is super simple. All you have to do is just measure your coils, trim off any excess wire, tighten them down, and you're pretty much good to go right there. It took me maybe about 5 minutes to get up and running and squonking with this device, and I gotta say, that is definitely a pro in my book. My second pro today is the fact that it fits on my mods really nice. Now, I like the Pulse 22 RDA, and it works really nicely on my custom creation stomp box. However, it looks a little bit dinky and a little bit strange on there because, you know, it just fits a 24mm atomizer a bit better. So as soon as I pop this one on the stomp box there, I really like the way it looks. And even on this RAM box here, which is a lot smaller, it fits really nice and flush and just gives it a nice overall clean look. And for my third pro, the airflow is plentiful and it's smooth. Now, whenever you're dealing with kind of bending that airflow around, whether it be through, you know, angled airflow sections or, you know, anywhere where the airflow is not just going straight at the coils, you could run into some turbulence. This one here definitely does not have any of that. It's nice and quiet. It's nice and smooth. It feels more natural. And I gotta say, just having those little tiny kind of stovepipe sort of things, having to direct the airflow to the coils is a nice touch. It allows the airflow to get up underneath the coils and go straight up through the mouthpiece, which I absolutely adore. And like I said, it is very quiet as well. I really like a quiet RDA. I can't stand when I'm out in public or something and you just hear a big whistly kind of RDA. So for that, it definitely gets 2 thumbs up from me. And my fourth and final pro for this device is the value for your money. Now, I always talk about value for your money when it comes to these devices here, and I gotta say, for the $27 price point, you really cannot go wrong. I mean, it's a great starter RDA. Even if you're not into squonking, you can just replace the pin, and it therefore becomes a simple little RDA to build on. And it's a nice starting point for anyone to just kind of dip their toes into the world of building. You can do a single coil, a dual coil, or anything in between. So as far as that goes, really good value for your money here, and that's pretty much true with every Vandy Vape product. All right, guys, so moving on to some cons. My first con is that it has a shorter barrel, which means it's going to leak more. Now, one thing that I kind of got used to when I was squonking on the Pulse 22 was just really giving the bottle a good squeeze and letting it fill up the whole well of the RDA, and then just kind of letting go and having it just suck it all back into the bottle. Whereas with this one here, I can only kind of squeeze it about halfway before it starts coming up and out the airflow section. So with that, you have to be a little bit more careful when you're squonking on this one. My second con is it really doesn't fit anything larger than a 3mm dual coil setup. With that being said, it still fits a single coil larger than 3.5mm, no problem. But if you are one of those types of people that loves their big jumbo 3+mm coils in dual coil configuration, this one might not be for you. And my third and final con kind of circles back around to the shorter barrel issue. With this one here, it means that your mouth is going to be millimeters closer to those coils, and when it comes to the heat, it definitely makes a big difference because I feel like I get a little bit warmer at the mouthpiece compared to the Pulse 22, and especially if you're building something really hot on this one, it's going to be a little bit warmer than you're used to. So also just make sure you look out for spitback with this one. I have my normal cloud/flavor build in there, which is a fuse Clapton paralleled with a round wire 24 gauge, and with that I tend to get a little bit of spitback, but I didn't really quite notice it on the Pulse 24, but now I'm definitely more aware of it. So at the end of the day, is this thing worth purchasing? Would I go out of my way to pick one of these up if I didn't get this thing for review? And my answer would be yes. In fact, I really don't want to have to give away this one right here. I love the color and I just have a place for it already. But with that, I want to share the wealth with you guys out there. So I will be giving that away in just a second here. But with Tony B's new Squonk box coming out from Vandy Vape, I really wish they were able to do sort of a package deal where you get the Squonk box and the Pulse 24 in one package deal. But who knows whether or not they're going to be able to do that. But yes, I would absolutely pick one of these things up for myself, especially at the $27 price point. I think that is a fantastic deal, and I know you guys can appreciate a bargain as well. So if you want to pick one up for yourself, then make sure you click the link right down there in the description. Or if you want to win one for yourself, then pay attention because this is how you enter the giveaway. So I am giving away this one right here. This is the Rainbow Pulse 24 RDA, and in order to enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Email me at dailyvapetv@gmail.com with the subject line being Pulse 24 RDA giveaway or something along those lines. And then when you're all finished with that, then comment right down there in the box below the word done and you will be entered. I'll be drawing the winner live on this Sunday's episode of the Super Awesome Vape Show, and I'll make sure to put details on where you can find it right down there in the description below as well. You have to be 21 years of age or older with positive ID in order to enter, and you must live in the continental United States. Sorry, all you international viewers, but I cannot afford international shipping at this point in time. So that about does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Don't forget to click that notification bell if you want to be alerted whenever I upload videos. Also, leave me some comments in the box below. I'd love to hear your thoughts all about the Pulse 24 BF-RDA or anything else you want to discuss down there. Also, make sure you check out the advocacy and my social media links right down there in the description below. You can also grab yourself a Daily Vape TV sweatshirt available right now on my t-shirt store. So there you go. Thanks so much for tuning in, and as always, vape on!